Today we're going to look at how much Daily Dose of Internet makes from YouTube. We're going to start by looking at his long form videos this month. So we'll start with this one right here. This one says a month ago. We'll start with 4 weeks ago and then go up. So let's take the calculator out. We'll start with 2.1. I'm going to add up all of the numbers here. 2.1. Wait, I got to all clear that. Why is that? There we go. All right, let's start with 2.1. Move that over a little bit. Plus 2. Plus 1.6. Plus another 1.6. Plus 1.8. Plus, we're going to scroll up. Wait, hold on. All right. So right here. Plus another 1.8. Plus 2.3. Plus 1.4. Plus 2.2. Scroll up. This is the final row. Plus 1.1. Plus 1.4. Plus 1.5. And then plus 1.4. Yeah, there we go. So 22.2 million views for the videos that he's posted since this month. Yeah, so if we click on this right here, this was the first video that we added up. If we look November 9th, 2025, today's date is December 8th, 2025. So exactly a month, pretty much from tomorrow. It just so happened to come out to all twos. So let's add this up. Also, this is only, there we go, hold on. Okay, all right, there we go. 22.2 million views, and that's only videos that he's posted in the last 30 days. So it also, I'm sure that all of his 1,000 other videos are probably also getting a bunch of views too. So this isn't even accounting for that. But let's see what we could do here just based on the knowledge we have at hand. Divide that by 1,000. Now you multiply this. So the bare minimum, his RPM, would be, the absolute bare minimum would be $3 per 1,000 views. So if we multiply that, we got $66.6 thousand for the last 30 days just based on these videos alone. And if we look at, let me see. So these are 8 minutes. So they probably, if I had to guess, his RPM would probably be around $5. Now it's getting closer to the holidays, so probably even more, to be honest. Yeah, so all of these videos are, oh, here we go. Wait a minute. So these are all 8-minute videos. This one right here, 29 minutes. So that right there, that RPM is probably at least $10. So we could bump that up. So again, his absolute bare minimum, and this is just long form videos, would be 66,000. There's probably no video that's 8 minutes long that's getting under a $3 RPM. So that's just being safe. This is how much money this channel generated just from long form videos over the last month. But let's not be safe. Let's try to be realistic here, and let's say that on average, like I said, these 8-minute videos probably a $5 to $6 RPM. This one probably 10. So let's just go with let's say $7, right? Let's say $7. So 155,000 roughly. It probably is around 155 or $150,000 for the last month just from long form videos alone. Also, just for your information, I'm not pulling these numbers out of nowhere. I am monetized on YouTube in the gaming niche, and gaming is notoriously the lowest RPM due to a younger audience. And my RPM has been around $4 to $5 for, since it's close to the holidays. So again, my numbers are being safe here. I'm sure his numbers are probably double because of the type of content he posts. So what you're seeing, my numbers are on the lowest end. Even the numbers that I said, like this number right here, even 150,000, again, that is on the lower end. Now let's take a look at Social Blade, which is a website that allows you to look at how different analytics basically, but it also allows you to see how much creators earn. So as you can see right here, we have 178 million views for the last 30 days, which we can actually now go in and calculate based on 22.2 million views from long form, and then we could obviously calculate how many views were from shorts. But right here alone, monthly estimated earnings 44,000 to 712,000. This number right here would be, I assume that the low end is basically for really low RPMs, like if he was posting just 1 minute long form videos, or if maybe from shorts. But that's not the case. As you saw, a lot of his videos are from long form videos that are over 8 minutes, which allows you to play mid-roll ads, and even the one video that's like 30 minutes long. So let's go in and look. Let's pull out the calculator again. So we had 22 million. Hold on. 178 million. We're going to subtract 22. There we go. All right, let's subtract that. So roughly 155 million, or well, let's say 156 million views just from short form videos. So with shorts, you basically get $100 per million views. So we can go in, let's just say that's 156. So we'll say 156 million, right? So times 100. So we got about $15,600 from short form views alone this month, which is crazy if you compare 22 million is over 150,000. It's literally 10 times the amount versus 150 million short views. So it really is crazy how much more you get paid out for long form videos, especially when we're talking about big numbers like this. But we will add, let's add that to, which that enough, or that alone right there, this number is, that's a salary right there. You know, let's say multiply that times 12. You know, that's almost 200,000 a year. But that's chump change compared to what his long form videos are making. So let's go back. Hold on. So 15,600 plus, what was it, 155,000. So we got $170,000 a month just based on, you know, this past month. Now we multiply that by 12, assuming every month is the same. So we got $2 million per year. And generally, if you look at his channel, you'll notice that, to be honest, this past month has been on the kind of, not on the lower end. He has a lot of outliers, but actually, realistically, a lot of his views are pretty consistent. He'll post a couple times a week, and each video will get, you know, like 1 to 3 million views. So given those numbers that I've given you, it definitely would be pretty accurate. Again, this is the information we have at hand. Like I said, that was 2 million based on just calculating how many views he's gotten for the last month. That doesn't calculate, if we go to his most popular videos, you have this right here. So this is when things start to get crazy. So like we saw, he had, what is it, 22 million views, got him like $150,000. So this video right here, this top row is generating, you know, I'm not even going to do the math, but these outliers right here will accumulate to, sorry, I got cut off, but these outliers right here will really accumulate. So if we look at this one video alone, right, 71 million. Okay, there we go. We divide that by 1,000. 71,000, and again we have a 20-minute long video. Let's say his average RPM is I'd say $6 on the kind of probably on the low end, so 426,000. If we go in and let's go back to that, let's say on the absolute lowest end it would be $3, but there's no way it is. So 213,000 from this one video alone is the absolute lowest that he's gonna get. An 18-minute video, there's no way it's anything. It's realistically probably double this, if not triple. I just realized I actually made a rookie error here, and this will actually bump his numbers up even crazier. So originally I went in and I calculated how many views he got for the last month, all from long form. So it was 22 million views. And then I assumed that the rest of the 156 million views were from his short form videos. But no, that's not the case. 22 million was from his long form videos that he's posted over the last month. And then the rest of those 156 million views are accumulative from any other video on his channel. So that could have been long form, could have been shorts. We have no real way of knowing, but assuming that the rest of the 156 million views were short form gives us a good gives us the absolute lowest end, which is what I wanted to do with this video because it's easy to inflate numbers, but when you're giving the lowest end, that, you know, it's only up from there. So the bare minimum that he made this year from YouTube would be, according to that last month, $2 million. If we were to look at how much he's made over his entire career, we have 16 billion views. Now, if we calculate that, let's see, 16 billion. Now we're going into astronomical numbers. Hold on, wait, let's go back again. 16 billion 652 million. Let's just call it flat there because those other numbers are minuscule compared to the rest. Okay, wait. All right, that looks good to me. Now, where do I even start? Let's divide that by 1,000. So right there, that's almost 20 million right there. All right, so because he posts a lot of short form videos, which I didn't even realize, but he posts a good amount of shorts, and as we could see here, they get a good amount of views. So, I mean, if we go to the latest, on average, he's not pulling crazy views as in this type of crazy, but if we were to add up his most popular ones, that definitely starts adding up in the billions pretty fast. So I'd say there's no real way to calculate exactly how much, but I'd say I think it's safe to say, let's kind of, due to this, right, we have his popular shorts upwards in, you know, almost quarter billion for the top one, and then for our top long form video, 71 million. So it's clear that his shorts at the highest level will pretty much triple the long forms. So let's go with that. So let's cut this into a third. Okay. All right. So now we have this. We'll multiply this by an average RPM of $5. Okay. So we have about $30 million, if assuming that a third of his views are from long form videos with an RPM of, of $5. Now, if we look at the rest, the rest is probably not even $1 million, honestly. If he's getting like 10 billion views from shorts, that's like literally probably $1 million. All right, these last numbers that I'm giving, they're completely speculative, but they're not based on nothing. They are based on some insight, although technically you can't really take that too serious. The numbers that I've given in the beginning of him making $2 million a year, that is very accurate. Like, I don't have a source for it, but based on my own channel and my own analytics and what I calculated through looking at his previous 30 days and channel trends, that is definitely accurate. Not only accurate, but again, like I said, that's on the low end. $2 million a year is on the low end for Daily Dose of Internet. So there you have it. That is how much he makes from YouTube. I wish I could give a solid answer as to how much he has made. If he didn't post so many shorts and it wasn't a mix of both, I would be able to probably tell you. But that's what we have. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so we too can reach 20 million subscribers. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below any thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.